Hey, what's up everybody? This is Giunta with Team Take Profits. We're here to help you trade and get paid. In today's video, I'm going to show you my trade plan, my personal trade plan. I'm going to help you to flip that account to 6 figures. Let's go. Come with me. Welcome to my home. As a husband and a father, like anybody else, I want to provide prosperity, stability, and wealth for my family. But it's hard though when you're out there working 40 hours a week, coming home exhausted, and you can't even enjoy the prosperity and wealth that you provide. That's why I started trading Forex. So today, I want to show you how to flip your account to 6 figures. Everybody watching this video today, you're going to be able to learn how to flip your account and make this money. Guys, there's a lot of videos out there showing you how to flip accounts, showing you how to compound your money. But what I want to show you today is 4 steps to flip your account to 6 figures. Alright? So the first step when you're looking to flip your account is don't overtrade. A lot of people out there, I see them posting their screenshots with all their profits and stuff, and they might have 20 trades open. And I'm thinking, man, somebody's going to get a margin call soon. To me, don't overtrade. That's the first thing, because I can help you if you make an emotional trade, you make an emotional mistake. I can help you if you get in a little early or if you get in a little late. But if I can't help you when you've got 20 trades open and you can't control how much of your account you've already been used up. So the first rule to flipping your account to 6 figures is not to overtrade. What I mean is you should only take 3 to 5 trades per week according to this trade plan. 3 to 5 trades a week. Really, you should be taking 5 trades a week, okay? So what that means is you're going to take 5 trades, all right? It's really just that easy. 5 trades. You don't have to sit there and look at the charts all day. You don't got to sit there and put in trades all day long every day. That's where a lot of people mess up. The second thing is that this is not about your win percentage. This is not about your pip count. This is not how many pips you get. What it's about is your ROI. In the investment world, that means return on investment. See, because think about it. If you go out there and you catch 100 pips and you brag about it, oh, I caught 100 pips, but you know, you was using 10-cent lot sizes or whatever it was, you know, you made $10, but I caught 10 pips, but I was using a $100 lot size because my account could handle it. Using proper risk management, using a higher lot size, and I made more money than you did, what really matters at the end of the day? How many pips you caught or how much money you made? Really? So what I do personally is I do 5% risk in every single trade. Okay? Now, what does that mean? It means that if you have $1,000 in your account, okay, 5%, okay, you times that by 0.5 or by 0.05, and you're going to come up with $50. Okay, so in a $1,000 account, if you're using a 5% risk plan, you can afford to risk $50, which means you've got to be okay. If I lose this trade, I'm saying goodbye to $50. You need to be okay with that. Now, I'll tell you, 5% is a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you need to do 1%, 2%. But whatever that percentage is, no more than 5, whatever that percentage is, that needs to be your percentage. You can't be all over the map with it. You can't go 1% one trade, 10% the next trade, because you're going to end up, your losses will wipe out your wins. Okay? You can't do that. 5%, 1%, 2%, whatever that is in every single trade. Okay? Now, say, man, that's a lot of risk. Well, here's what that really means. If I do 5%, that means I would have to lose 20 straight trades in order to blow my account, okay? Which that doesn't happen. If you lose 20 straight, you're doing something wrong. Rule number 3, and most important, risk reward. Because before, everybody wants to know how to make money. But before I can teach you how to effectively make money, I got to make sure you know how to not lose money, right? So risk reward is very important. And in this case, what we do, okay, is in every single trade, no matter what, we take a minimum of 1 to 2 risk reward, okay? If the trade does not provide you a 1 to 2 risk reward, you pass on it. You pass on it. Hear me again. You pass on it. You don't have to take every trade that comes through. You don't have to take it just because it's showing some bullish signs or bearish signs. If the trade does not show you 1 to 2 risk reward, pass on it, okay? And then step number 4 is disciplined trading. And I'm going to show you what all this means and really how this comes into play. Disciplined trading, meaning I don't overtrade. I take a percentage-based ROI. I use a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk reward, and then I'm disciplined in all of this. Nothing takes me off of that trade plan. I don't care if the US dollar or the JPY or whatever is going to do the move of the century. Stick to your trade plan, okay? Now for the disciplined trading side and how to figure this out actually on the charts, let me take you to the charts. Come with me. Now we're going to take an actual look at what it looks like to put this trade plan into practice. Let's flip this account, all right? So step 1 is that we know we don't take more than 5 trades. Step 2 is that we know we have a percentage-based risk. Mine is 5. Yours could be 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. Just know that you need to use proper risk management. Don't over leverage. Don't use too big of a percentage, because of course you don't want to have too much risk. All right. Number 3 is that we do a 1 to 2 risk reward on every single trade. If it doesn't have that, we pass on it. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I've got some marks that I put on the chart for you. Okay. And now here's what this means. I'm not going to get too deep into strategy, but basically we have an extreme high right here. Okay. Based on this zone back here. And now we've come and we retested it. And so we have an extreme high set in the market. Come back here, we have an extreme low, the most recent, where the trend actually began. And so we use that for an extreme low in the market. And so now we know we have some movement in between. Okay. Now, so this blue line is going to represent our take profit 1. This is going to represent our take profit 2. And then this is going to represent the end of our trade if the market gives us that much. However, before we even look at anything like that, here's the really cool thing. I'm going to show you how to do this 1 to 2 risk reward. Okay, it sounds a little bit more complicated, but it's really not that hard. All right, so we're using a replay chart here, so just kind of showing you for training purposes. So let's move forward. We have this extreme high that we're ready to trade off of. We're going to go short on GU in this trade. We wait for the full retest. Okay, so again, this is a 4-hour chart, but we get our retest. All right, we get our retest in the market. So now we're ready to find entry. Now, this could be done off of different strategies. It could be done, several different ways. Okay. Now we're going to do it based off of price action, and I'm going to show you right here where you actually get in. Okay. Right on that red candle, based on this price action trading, is where we get in, and based on a MA crossover strategy. So right here. Okay. So let's go back one more. Right here at the beginning of this candle is where we got in at the crossover. All right. So let me hide these indicators just to kind of give a clear chart. If you measure using the pip measuring tool from the entry, right, back up to where the previous low was, the top of the zone, we have 128 pips. Now this is a swing trading, a long-term trade here. So we go just outside of that to make sure that we don't get stopped out, and we're going to call it 145 pips. Okay, 145 pips. So let's drop a line right there. And we're going to make that one, let's call that one pink. We'll do pink. That's going to be your stop loss. Okay. This pink line is going to be your stop loss, and that is a total risk of 145 pips. All right. Now let's look here. If I were to get down to where I'm thinking I'm going to get, right, down to the bottom of the zone, we're looking at 469 pips. Let's just say 470 pips. Okay. So with that being said, if I'm risking 145 to get, to get all these pips right here, right? I'm risking 145 to get 470. That is more than 1 to 2 risk reward. In fact, 145 times 2, 145 is 1 times 2 is 290. So really, even if I were to get to the take profit 2, I'm almost there. Coming all the way down, I'm actually more than 1 to 3 risk rewards. So this is a beautiful trade setup. Beautiful trade setup, okay? So my stop loss, I can't set my stop loss. Let me say it this way. I hear a lot of people out there and they say, I use a 20 pip stop loss no matter what. I use a 100 pip stop loss no matter what. I use a 50 pip stop loss no matter what. You know what? You can't do that, because what if the market calls for more than that? You say, I'm going to use 20 pips. I'm going to use 50 pips. I'm going to use 100. What if the market doesn't tell you that? Or what if you're risking 100, but the market only calls for 20? Okay? So you can't tell the market what to do. The market's got to tell you what to do. All right? So based on my previous high, I go just outside of it, and I set my stop loss at 145 pips. My reward here, again, I can't tell it how much I want to make. I got to go back down to the beginning of my trend, find my extreme low, and I got to base it on that, okay? So in this particular case, it's 470 pips. So for me, I look at that 145 pip risk to a 470 pip reward. I'm in more than 1 to 2. It's 1 to 3.5 or so. So I'm all good. I'm in. This is a trade that I can do because it fits my trade plan. All right. So now I get in. Let's watch this trade happen. Okay. Here's the cool thing. Let's watch this thing happen. You get in, boom. You catch some quick profit. You go ahead and you set that first little take profit, real small, but it gets you into some profit and it gets you some money in the bank. Okay. Now we start our move. It's retesting off of the zone here, and I'm just gonna kind of go real fast, and we hit our take profit. Now we have a take profit too. At this point, here's what's cool about this. You have a stop loss up here. At this point, you've already got 231 pips in the bank. Okay, you've already got 231 pips in the bank. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just leave it? No. You could use this stop loss and trail this stop loss up into here now. Now if it stops out, we're good to go. Or maybe you bring it back up here to break even or whatever it might be. All right. So now your risk is 0. Your risk is completely 0. Let's keep going. Guys, this is incredible. All right. Comes down, it hits my last take profit, or my take profit 3 for a total of 470 pips. I was risking 145. I got 470. Along the way, as we move down, I trail my stop loss into profit to make sure that I'm secure in the bag the whole way through. And that is good risk reward trading. Now, let me show you what this actually means money-wise, okay? Because that all looks good on a chart, but let me show you what it means actually with money. Let's show you this calculator real quick, okay? So here we are, and we've got, let's say you have $1,000 account. All right, let's keep it real simple. All right, so what you do times 0.05 is going to give you 50. That's going to show you what, 5%. All right, so let's say if you wanted to do 1%, you would do times 0.01. All right, which is a $10 risk. If you want to do 0.02, that gives you a 2% risk. My case, I'm going to show you my trade plan. It's going to call for a 5% risk. Oh, it's going to call for a 5% risk, which is $50. Okay, so 1 to 2 means that if my risk is 50, my minimum reward is 100. Okay, so now let's just do 5 trades. Let's do 5 trades. Watch this. You got $1,000 in your account. Let's say you have a 3 and 2 week. You win 3 trades, you lose 2. Okay, so you win a trade. You win a trade. Let's say you lose a couple trades. Okay, now you win a trade. On a 3 and 2 week, you grew your account by 20%. Guys, that is percentage-based trading. Okay, percentage-based trading. All right, you just grew your account by $200 in a week with 5 trades, and you lost 2 of them. Let's say if you actually had a bad week, because listen, we're all susceptible to be human, right? Say you have $1,000 account. Remember, 50 is a loss. That's your risk, and 100 is a win because that's your reward minimum. All right. So let's say you have a really tough week in the markets. Okay, you lose more than you win. You win 2 trades and you lose 3. All right. So all right, man, you started off nice. You won a trade. Cool. But then, man, you had a real tough time, and you lost 3 in a row. Man, I'm down in my account. You win 1 more. You lost 3, won 2. You lost more than you won, but you're up 5% in your account. Why? Because it's not about your win percentage. It's not about your pip count. It's about your return on investment. It's about how much you risk and how much you get reward. Okay. Now let's say you really learn how to trade. You watch my videos. You watch my strategy videos, and you actually learn how to really do some damage in the markets. Okay. Now let's say you have a 4 and 1 week, which is pretty common for me. Easy, right? You win a trade. You win another trade. You win another trade. Okay, you took a loss. You win another trade. You just grew your account by 35% in 1 week. Now let me really mess you up, okay? Let me really help you out for a second. Watch this. Let's say let's just show what that means for compounding purposes. You just let that account grow. Now you got 10,000 in your account, not just 1,000. You let that account grow. You've been growing it, return on investment, growing it percentage based for a while now. A couple months goes by. You got 10,000 in your account. Now, 5% is $500. Now your risk is 500 instead of 50. Times 2. Your wins are bringing you $1,000 a trade instead of 100. Okay, so you have 10,000 in your account. Let's go back to having that bad week. You lose 1. You lose another. You lose another. Man, I'm down $1,500 this week. You're stressing out. No, you're not, because you have a disciplined trade plan. You've been through this before. Because if you could bring it back with $50 trades, you could bring it back with $1,000 trades, right? Now you win 2. Oh, I messed that one up. Hold up. You win 2. Now suddenly you're up 5%, but 5% is $500. Let's say you have that good week, right? Remember that good week we talked about? You have a $10,000 account. Let's say you go 4 and 1. Win. Win. win, loss, win. Suddenly now you're having $3,500 weeks. How long is it going to take to turn this thing into 6 figures, guys? It don't take long when you're having big numbers. Now I can keep going up. I'm not going to, just for time purposes, I don't need to do it. But guys, when we talking about 6 figures, that happens when you have a $50,000 account. Now suddenly your risk is $2,500 a trade. Your reward is $5,000 a trade. 50,000 in your account. You have a 3 and 2 week. Okay? Or let's say you have a 2 and 3, a bad week. So you lose. You lose. You lose. You win. You win. In a bad week, you just had a $2,500 week. On a losing week, you just had a $2,500 week. On a week when you was having an off week in the markets, you had a $2,500 week, right? You guys can see the numbers. When you get in here and you start doing this $50,000 account, this $10,000 account, this $1,000 account, these numbers add up quick, and it ain't long before you get to those 6 figures. But it takes discipline. It takes sticking to the trade plan. It takes getting in there and making it happen. Don't overtrade. Do your thing. So guys, you can see how this thing can compound your account. Now let me just show you. This is the last little tool and the key to this, okay? Because it's not about your lot size, right? It's about your return on investment again. So how do I determine my lot size? Well, it's real simple. In this particular case, right? You had 145 pip risk. So if $50 is your total risk, divided by 145 pips, that's 34 cents. So there's no 34 cents in Forex, right? So you use a 30-cent lot size. All right, that's how you do that. You take your total risk. If you have a $10,000 account and you times that by 0.5, that gives you a $500 risk. You divide that by 145 pips, or whatever your stop loss is, right? $3.44. Now there's no 344, so what are you going to use? $3.40 lot size, right? So it's real simple, guys. If you are using a 50 pip stop loss and you have a $50 risk, you use $1 a lot, $1 per lot size. If you have a 25 pip stop loss, you use $2 per lot size. So that's how you determine your lot size. It's not you just say, well, I'm taking $5 lots now. No, that's not how it goes. You don't determine this. The market determines this. And that's the key ingredient, guys. So I hope this helps you. 5 trades a week, 5% risk reward, or 5% risk in your trades. 1 to 2 risk reward in every trade you take. And if it doesn't have it, you pass, right? And then you stay disciplined. You stay on your trade plan. Let the market tell you what it wants to do, and then you go with the market. All right, guys, I hope that this training video has helped you. I know that if you follow this trade plan, that it's going to help you to flip your account, okay? Remember, step 1, don't overtrade. 5 trades a week is all you need. Step 2, 5% or whatever your percentage is, 1, 2, just percentage-based risk, right? Not pips, percentage-based risk, all right? Step 3, 1 to 2 minimum risk reward. If it doesn't have that, pass on the trade. There'll always be another one coming. And step 4, stick to the trade plan. If you follow this, you're going to be commenting later on about how you flipped your account, okay? And make sure you do that. Make sure you comment below. Let me know about what's going on in that account. Talk to me about it, okay? And here's a cool thing. This next video that you're going to watch, the easiest Forex strategy ever, is going to put you in a position to where you can actually put this trade plan into action. I'm going to see you on the other side of 6 figures. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.